Six Flags Great America opened in 1976 in honor of our country's bicentennial. In celebration of our 35th anniversary, we celebrate the heritage of Great America with a look back at the sights and sounds of the first few years. Sit back, relax, and remember, you're never too old.
Marriott, Great America. Marriott, Great America. Where history lives in song and dance. There's mystery, fun, and romance. It's all at Marriott, Great America. Happy days are here to stay. The brightest star in the USA is Great America. Take a stroll with your girl in our hometown square. See Yankee Harbor and New Orleans in the Yukon. Wear a polar bear and try your luck at the county fair at Marriott, Great America. Happy days are here to stay. The brightest star in the USA is Great America.
This 100-acre theme park was designed by world-famous motion picture set designer and architect Randall Duell of Santa Monica, California. Under the direction of Marriott's Architecture and Construction Division, the teamwork of Randall Duell and Associates and Marriott personnel contributed to the fine detail that went into the crafted designs and original architecture of the building of Great America. The planning process actually began in early 1972 for Great America parks of similar design, scope, and theme in Santa Clara, California, Washington, D.C., and here in Gurnee.
There's a time to live and learn, to grow up and take your turn. There's a time for you to run free when your life can be whatever you want. Great America, maybe a great day is just what you need this year. Maybe a great day, a day to laugh and live, a day to have, a day to give.
The Columbia Carousel was the first permanently installed carousel since the 1920s. It was designed in its entirety by the Duell firm and is the largest and costliest ever built. This $1 million double-decker carousel reaches a full 10 stories high into the Great America skyline, and the copper roof and spire is bathed by floodlights.
Great America, maybe a great day is just what you need this year. Maybe a great day, a day
the summer of 1975, nearly 150 trees and 200 shrubs were planted each day in and around the park site. It's estimated that more than $3 million was devoted to landscaping, including nearly 17,000 trees and 60,000 shrubs. Featuring a signature circular midway design, the parks were laid out with guest convenience and service access to all facilities.
Great America, Marriott's Great America, and joining me here is Angie Lovell. And Angie is the very first lady of Great America. Angie, welcome to the show. And
welcome to Great America.
Thank you.
Being the first lady, I was the representative for all the employees here at the park. At that time, I think we had between 3,000 and 3,500 employees. And doing television and radio, you really want people to see the best side of the park, which is it's such a wonderful place to be. It's a place where you leave everything at home and come and you're into another world. So there was a lot of responsibility, but it was fun and it changed every day. Every day that was a new experience.
Opening day was very interesting because everybody was up in the front of the park and there was a picture taken of all the employees and all their costumes that were here.
It's amazing how many people worked here. It was a huge amount of people. You know, that whole area was gigantic, and then we were all themed out all the way through.
In 1976, there were over 10,000 costumes used, making the wardrobe department one of the largest in the world. These costumes were specifically designed to match the themed area in which a team member worked.
Whizzer is a classic piece of our history. Again, if you talk to a number of people in the Chicagoland area and ask them what's the first roller coaster they ever got on, they'll tell you the Whizzer.
Favorite ride from the Marriott years was Willard's Whizzer. It was one of the first two that were here when the park opened for adults, and it was a mainstay, and you know, my family and I, we really enjoyed riding it.
This thrilling German-made roller coaster was the most popular white-knuckle thrill ride at Great America during its premiere in the 1976 season. Nearly 2 million guests took a breathtaking zip aboard Willard's Whizzer.
The Whizzer was just so unique because, I mean, basically every individual car on the Whizzer was self-contained, self-propelling unit.
It was a smaller coaster, but it was a fun coaster, and there's not another coaster on this park that can stand up to it.
I have created the most terrifying new contraption for Marriott's Great America, the tidal wave! Ooh. First, you're shot forward. Ooh. Next, the torturous loop. Up and down, then up again to blood-chilling heights. And then, you fall, screaming through the entire ride, backward! But would you ride this? You think I'm crazy? Discover Marriott, Great America, yeah.
Tidal Wave was just a very unique ride at times, not just riding it, but just from a mechanical upkeep and with all the moving parts and everything on that ride, it could be a little intimidating.
Debuting in 1978, the tidal wave had a track length of 849 feet and featured the world's tallest vertical loop at 76 feet. It was also the world's tallest roller coaster thrill ride at 142 feet.
When that was opening, there was a lot of hype because it was the first shuttle loop in this area.
Look at that loop!
It had a big counterweight in it, and when it would fire, it was very noisy.
The tidal wave had an acceleration time of 0 to 55 miles per hour in just 5 seconds.
That's one ride that I was really sad to see go away.
No way.
Forget it.
I'm not moving.
This is as close as most people ever want to get to the edge. New at Marriott's Great America. The longest 2.5 seconds in the world.
Other favorite rides was the Edge. When you were riding it, if you took a quarter and put it on your hand here, when it dropped, the quarter would come up to about here and hover there until you got all the way down.
Debuting in 1983, the Edge took guests up 131 feet into the air. Once on top, guests moved horizontally over the edge of the tower, where they were held suspended for a brief few seconds, then dropped for a completely unrestricted 60-foot free fall that lasted 2.5 seconds. Great America Scenic Railway is Great America's very own 2-train railroad system that travels more than 1 mile around the perimeter of the park. The 2 steam engines and 12 coaches were designed and constructed by custom fabricators of Johnson City, Tennessee. These picturesque locomotives chug through Great America on a 36-inch narrow-gauge track. It featured a unique new drive system engineered by custom fabricators and Marriott's own engineers that used diesel power in the tender to drive the train at an estimated fuel reduction of 90% over conventional train power systems.
Little by little, it's been coming. Picking up speed. Picking up size. Picking up power. A whitewater rampage. Now, it's picking up people.
In 1984, Whitewater Rampage, now known as Roaring Rapids, debuted at Great America. The $5 million addition was designed to resemble a natural, untamed river and was landscaped with more than 1,400 trees and shrubs native to the North Woods.
Being a raft type ride, it was really interesting to see him build the course, do the gunite for the rock formations around the course, and there was a lot of testing on that ride to figure out where they needed to strap down piping, tubing on the bottom of that course to create the wave action and have the raft move and go where they actually wanted it to go.
It's a showtime of fun for everyone. It's Marriott's Great America. The rides are great, the shows are great, the fun is great. At Marriott's Great America. Discover Marriott's Great America. Discover Marriott's Great America.
The parade passes by with its flags flying high.
The Merry Mardi Gras Parade was a daily extravaganza from 1976 to 1987, featuring floats, Looney Tunes characters, bands, and acrobats.
It's magic. It's a magic world. It's magic. And it's fun to see. It's a world of magic and legend of man.
You tell her, because I stutter and always get in Dutch.
Look away, Dixieland. Oh, way down south, Dixie.
The Enchanted Island Revue ran in the Wilderness Theater in 1976 and starred two dolphins named Nemo and Neptune. The Great America pole climbing exhibitions included scaling 80-foot-high poles and log rolling. This took place in the pond just outside of Loggers Run.
Do it over again. Just watch for the mail. I'll never fail. If you don't get a letter, then you'll know I'm in jail.
For you, 'cause you love the shows we do. It's like opening night every night and all day long for our new live musical. Broadway at Marriott's Great America.
All of our shows were live, of course, and they were really, really exciting. They had huge casts. We used to have an orchestra in the Grand Music Hall that played all the music, so there was nothing taped. Everything was live.
The show here featured the marching band in a 5-minute segment. We kind of had what they call a battle of the bands. So we got to interact with them on a daily basis. That's something I'll never forget.
It was really exciting. The sound, the voices, the singing, the music, and people waiting to get in.
The Grand Music Hall often performed 8 shows a day in order to accommodate guest demand. To be able to perform so many shows in one day, 2 separate casts were utilized to perform the exact same show.
These are the toughest guys in town.
Right.
So Marriott's Great America asked them to test their courage on the turn of the century. Watch.
The rides are great.
It's a piece of cake.
The fun is great. Discover Marriott's Great America. Discover Marriott.
Turn of the century with the camelbacks and stuff was a real neat ride.
I've loved the camelback hills. You took your breath away and gives you that tickling in your belly.
It was kind of scary. You thought you were gonna, fly out of the car. You actually got weightless.
In 1976, the turn of the century was 1,000 feet longer than any looping roller coaster in the world, and its 90-foot first drop was also the deepest.
The rush that you got when you went up over that first hill and then back down into the valley and up over to the next hill, it was invigorating, to say the least.
This is the Demon. The 9-story drop. The loops. The tunnel. The corkscrew. The Demon. It's everything you were afraid it would be.
I like the Demon better. Yeah. Because you go upside down, the twisters, corkscrews, and the loops.
In 1980, the turn of the century was transformed into the Demon. During the transformation, 2 vertical loops were added, one at 70 feet, the other at 55 feet, taking the total length of the Demon's track to 1,250 feet.
the demon is a master. He'll smile as you go faster, then he'll sneak up behind you.
There's a local clergy that took offense to the name demon and performed an, lack of a better word, an exorcism on the ride.
One morning we were working by the demon, and the one lead there, she asked us if we wanted to ride, so my lead says, yeah, let's go for a ride. Well, as we were going up the lift hill, she screams out that I forgot to do your harnesses, and we both panic and grab the harness, and she goes, aha, I got you.
About the demon.
When they were building Pictorium, I thought it was very fascinating when they were carving into the hill for where the seats are, and it was all carved out of the clay that was in there, and then they would form and pour the concrete for the seating.
The Pictorium was designed by Randall Duell and Associates and debuted in 1979. It housed a 2,000-pound projector and could seat a total of 1,000 guests. To this day, the Pictorium still features one of the largest screens in the world. The Skywhirl was the world's most unique Ferris wheel. A triple wheel designed exclusively for Marriott's Great America, this ride was the most innovative Ferris wheel design since George Ferris brought the first wheel to the Columbian Exposition in nearby Chicago in 1893. Guests aboard the ultra-modern Skywhirl were lifted 120 feet over County Fair and presented with a fabulous view of this fun country. Each wheel contained 12 six-passenger cars, and 2 of the wheels were always revolving in the air while the third was being loaded. The Skywhirl was the Ferris wheel that never stopped.
You're about to plummet 15 stories. If you can do it without uttering a sound, then you've mastered the American Eagle at Great America. You'll rocket at 65 miles an hour, and that's just the beginning.
Come on, let's ride it again!
No way. Unless you let me hold your hand.
Go hand in hand in hand in Great America.
We didn't even know what a wooden roller coaster looked like, so it was pretty awe-striking. One of those awesome sights for somebody that's never seen anything like that before.
Just to see the process of all that lumber, all the nails, all the concrete poured. You know, they had to go from one end to the other, and everything had to work.
The American Eagle used over 125,000 bolts and over 15 tons of nails to help secure the lumber in place.
To see the way they would lay all the lumber, the different sections out on the ground, and then just start standing them up, and then, you know, as you watch them standing these big sections of wooden framing up, it started taking shape as a roller coaster, and you know, it was quite a project to witness.
The American Eagle used 2,000 concrete footings, which supports over 1,300,000 feet of lumber.
Marriott had to get special permission from the FTC to purchase that amount of lumber before they could even, you know, consider buying it. And I thought that was sort of amazing.
It's very exciting to see it go up. A lot of cars were stopping on Washington Street and watching. Just very exciting times, very interesting. And you knew this park was actually going to be here for a while.
Using over 20,000 man-hours to build, the American Eagle also needed over 9,000 gallons of white paint to give it its distinctive look.
The thing that I remember the most about the American Eagle opening was Media Day, when I protested all winter that I was not going to go on that ride. I would climb it, I would promote it, I would take the model that we had that was 10 feet long to places and I would promote it. But I planned on never, ever riding that ride because I was scared, even though I like roller coasters. And the day that we had media, my boss looked at me and said, okay, you're riding in the front car. We have the cameras all mounted. And I said, oh no, that's okay. And I tried to walk away and they said, no, you're riding it.
After climbing the lift hill, the American Eagle's first drop was 147 feet down at a 55-degree angle.
This is Zonker, the Wonder Dog, who loves roller coasters, and he's about to give the Great American Eagle a try. Do you think he's going to like it?
From the looks of it, I think he will.
Everyone, please pull down on the black safety bar.
They ready?
As the cars slowly climb the 127-foot first hill, an electrically powered chain pull does all the work. After the first plunge, it's strictly momentum as the cars race along at over 65 miles an hour.
Oh, here it comes. The moment of truth. Oh, my word. No going back. Woo.
A little over 3 minutes later, the Eagle has landed.
Great America experienced a tremendous amount of growth in its first few years of operation. As we celebrate our 35th anniversary, join us as we take one last look back at those sights and sounds of the first few seasons of Great America.
A big world outside, it's a fact. Step up and don't look back. This is the time for having fun. So come on along. Come on and follow me. I've got things to show ya. Let yourself go out there where America comes to ya. Having fun, you'll feel like a kid again. Having fun, 'cause at Six Flags Great America we're gonna have fun. Singing and dancing, everyone, we're gonna do it all. Before we're done, join right in and sing our song. Come on along, we're gonna celebrate, it's a fact. Step up and don't look back. This is the time for having fun. So come on along, we're gonna have fun. Six Flags Great America, we're gonna have fun. Gonna have fun. Gonna have Six Flags Great America. See the carousel turning round and around there. It's a fantasy. Take a ride, you'll see.
It takes us along as it spins to a song. It's a daydream. Can you come on along now to the carousel? Catch a brass ring for luck. Meet a special girl. Hold her hand there. Take a journey on a merry-go-round. It's magic when you're young. Ride a sparkling steed decked out in jewels. You're a knight in shining armored dress. It's all make-believe, but no one will tell. Enjoy your ride on the carousel.
Horses glide along, turning round and around there. It's a fantasy, make believe.
Take a journey on a merry-go-round. It's beautiful. It's wonderful. carousel. Catch a brass ring for luck, meet a special girl, hold her hand there. Take a journey on a merry-go-round. It's magic when you're young. Ride a sparkling steed decked out in jewels. You're